Hello, welcome back. Eloise, they're back. They're back for more. We have a 15-month update for you today. She's 15 and a half months, and it's been a big month for her. So I thought I better go ahead and film an update. She is munching on some blueberry Cheerios. Munching is one of her favorite things to do. I guess we could start off with that, huh? If you're new here, you can subscribe. And if you do hit the thumbs up button while you're down in that general area, it is extremely supportive of a channel like this. Just helps with the old algorithm. For our comment of the video, please comment below with how old your youngest child is, or if you don't have children, how many you hope to have someday. That'll be the comment of the day. How old is your youngest child? I'm curious of the audience. Is it mainly people who are using these videos to kind of like, not that you should compare your child to another person's child, but is it more to just kind of see, you know, where Eloise and your child around her age stacks up to each other? Or is it more for like reminiscent purposes? Like, are you thinking back on when you had young kids? Or is it maybe for inspiration of what your child has yet to come? So I did all three of those whenever the twins were born, or when I was pregnant with the twins. Around that time frame in my life, I would watch videos to see what was coming up. I would watch videos of other kids that were around the twins' age, just to kind of see, you know, how other people's kids acted and what they were into and what they did, what toys they liked, because that would help me, what they ate throughout the day. That's all really helpful, I think, as a parent, because especially right now, since we can't really like hang out with our friends, then we can look to the internet and look to YouTube and connect with people across YouTube channels like this. So today's update is going to be all about Eloise's 15-month progress, I guess you could say. The big defining moment of this month is that she learned how to walk independently. She just did that a couple of nights ago. She's nodding over there. She just did a couple of nights ago for the very first time, and we were actually out of town. Super disappointing. I'm trying not to think about it too much because very sad to miss your child's first steps. The toys, that her favorite toys, are the things that she can manipulate something. The Love Every toys have been amazing for her because they like really focus on fine motor skills that are appropriate for her age. So anything that she can open and put something in and close it, anything that has like a shape with a block or whatever that's that shape that goes into it, she really loves putting things inside, taking them back out, especially if it only fits a certain way. So that's like the main stuff that she likes to do when she's playing. She doesn't really sit down and let me read to her on my lap for very long like the twins did. It's very, very interesting because the twins, I could just sit with them on my lap for a long time and they would be entertained enough to sit and listen to an entire book. Eloise will get through a few pages and then she'll close it and like want to play with something hands-on. So it's pretty different how her and how the twins were at this age as far as that goes. That was something I used with the twins. If everybody was having a meltdown, I would sit down with them both on my laps and read to them, and that helped like give them both the attention they needed. But that's not necessarily something that helps her. So most of the time I'm reading to her as she's playing. And so I'm like sitting next to her reading a book and she's doing whatever she's doing, and that's how she gets her books read to her. It's just very different. You'll have to let me know if you have a kid that isn't necessarily a reader and if that changed down the line or if that's sort of consistent with how they ended up turning out. She eats like a horse is how I worded that. She eats a lot. She surprises Brad and I every single day. We'll like make her portion of food, and we'll put the twins' portion on their plates and put her portion in front of her. We don't really put her food on plates because she just picks up the plate and tosses it, so it's just not worth the hassle. But whatever we decide we think she'll eat, she'll easily eat double or triple. It's just, and you can never really predict it. She eats so much, and we'll be like at the point where we think there's no way she could possibly eat anymore, and she'll still eat a whole nother pancake and half of an egg. It's amazing how much that girl eats. And I don't think that she's overweight. She seems like very appropriately proportioned. So I'm not worried about it at all. I think she just is energetic and active, and so she must be burning it off somehow. She also is still nursing. She I'm doing like true baby-led weaning, so I'm just following her lead 100% and letting her decide. She just gave me a Cheerio. Letting her decide when she feels like she's done nursing, and she's shown zero interest in quitting nursing. She nurses as soon as she wakes up, and then again, I don't know if that's going to work right there. Maybe right there would be better. She nurses again sometime mid-morning. You can't take that because that's the microphone. Come here. I know. You can have this. Mid-morning, before her nap, sometime mid-afternoon, and then before bed. And that's pretty consistent. So about 5 times a day is still how much she's nursing. When we were only gone for about 24 hours. She did fine. We had a lot of questions about how she did while we were gone, and with the whole like not nursing before bed thing, and she does fine. We do have a nanny that comes on Mondays and Fridays, and so our nanny puts her down for naps, and she does great. It's not like she requires nursing to go to sleep, so that's like a huge relief for me, because that means we can obviously leave for a night and not have to worry about her not going to sleep. She does great with that, so that's not something I'm concerned about. She just likes to nurse, so that's when I'm around, that's what she wants to be doing. Yes. And like I said, I'm not offering if she's not asking. So we're just at the point where if she asks to nurse, then I nurse her. Occasionally she'll ask to nurse like more frequently than that usual typical 5 times a day, and at those times I try to offer her some other type of food or water or something. I do have some pumped breast milk that we can put in a cup too, and she just drinks it cold. Sorry about the coins. Oh, by the way, so we were gone for 24 hours, and I was very curious to see what amount I would pump. I only pumped the times around when she usually nurses, and actually I pumped less than that. There was one time that she probably would have nursed and I skipped it. But I pumped 20 ounces in a 24-hour period. That is very on par with like a 3 to 6 month old baby that's exclusively nursing. Not 20 ounces, but like 25 to 30 is, and so she's still consuming about 20 ounces of breast milk, which is surprising, especially with how much she eats. Teeth. She has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teeth. Her her last of the 4 molars that are coming in has popped through. So that officially makes 10 teeth that she has, which is crazy. I don't remember what the twins had at this age. I think she's closer to where Bear was with her teething. Lyndall's got things a little bit later, and she is more affected by teething than Lyndall was. Closer to what Bear was, but not quite as bad. It's funny how different kids have totally different experiences teething. If I've learned one thing about having 3 kids very close together, it's that they can be vastly different and it's all normal. Just like the walking thing. She's 15 months old. They don't get concerned, like pediatricians don't get concerned about not walking until they're 18 months old and showing no signs of it. I had a very low level of concern, if any at all, because I knew she had the skills to walk, she just didn't want to. And that made a huge difference for me. Like she was capable of walking a long time ago and just wasn't doing it. She is officially sleeping through the night. This has been sort of like we've hit several regressions trying to get to the point where she is consistently sleeping all the way through the night. And even that has an asterisk by it, because she will occasionally wake up and just let out 1 or 2 cries and go back to sleep on her own. It's not even long enough that I have to come in. And it's not even, so we have the Cubo monitor, which is amazing because I can look back and see like how good the quality of her sleep was and how many times she stirred. And if she does cry, it will alert me and it will record the video of that segment in time. And so she's sitting right behind us eating her cereal, so hopefully you can hear her munching. It'll show me a short clip of that segment in time, and one of the times I looked back specifically at a time I remembered her crying and looked back at the tape and she was clearly asleep. So it's just really interesting to be able to look back at that and see, like, I'm glad because, you know, as a first-time mom, any little cry, you may feel the need to go in and soothe them. But in reality, you might be disrupting their sleep if they're, like, letting out a little wail in their sleep and you go in and pick them up and do all that. That might end up waking up waking them up more. So I'm just glad to have the technology that we have. It's not mandatory, of course, but it does help me a little bit in just figuring out the nighttime stuff. Up until the last few weeks, has it even been a few weeks? Probably maybe 2 weeks. She had a morning feed, really early morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 or 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. And I recently just cut it out because she was starting to wake up at that point for the day. And that wasn't near enough sleep for her. She goes to bed pretty late. She has since she was a newborn. She kind of stuck with that late bedtime. She goes to bed at like 9 p.m. And so getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning is just not enough sleep at this age. So I ended up cutting out that feed because it was disrupting the rest of her sleep for the morning. And there were like a couple of days where she would cry, and it really only lasted a couple of minutes, and then she finally just went back to sleep and has eliminated that wake up now. Like I said, maybe she'll cry like a few cries and then go back to sleep. But I'm very thrilled that we're sleeping through the night. Maybe in a few weeks after I kind of recover from being awoken at night for years and years, I can like start waking up early and working out or doing something productive myself before the kids wake up. She is a mama's girl, and I don't really like using like mommy's girl, daddy's girl. I don't really like that terminology. But she is truly like prefers me. If we're all in the room together, she will go to Brad. Like if I hand her off, she has no problem with that. But given the choice, she would prefer me to be holding her. And she'll even, like if the second Brad sits her down, she'll scoot her way over to me and I'll end up picking her up. And it's funny, I got after Brad the other day because I'm like, she definitely prefers to be held. And that's, I'm fine with that. I don't feel like you can spoil a baby, and she definitely prefers to be held. I'll just put it that way. But I'll like need a break, and so I'll hand her off to Brad, and then 10 seconds later he sets her down and she makes her way back to me, and I'll be doing something and absentmindedly just pick her up again and then realize I'm holding her again. And so I'm like, if I hand her off to you, like it's because I need a break. My arm is physically, shaking or quivering. I need a break from holding her, and he ends up just setting her down, and she's fine with being set down if it's him, but not if it's me. She's wearing 12 to 18 month clothes. That's like the best estimate I can give because all clothes are a little bit different, but she's roughly in 12 to 18 month clothes. She does have a couple of sleepers or whatever you want to call them, that are 6 to 12 months or 12 months size that still fit her at 15 months. So I felt like she was a pretty big baby, especially compared to Lyndall, but she's sort of slowed down a little bit, and like her length hasn't grown out of the 12-month size, even at 15 months. And her feet are tiny, just like Lyndall's were. They're really little. She went through a phase where she hated baths, and now she firmly loves baths again. So that's a relief, because that's the microphone, honey bunny. Yeah, microphone. Come here. Come sit on my lap. Come here, baby. Come here. Yes, come here. Come here. Hi, come here. It's a relief that she loves baths, because that was a disaster when I was trying to bathe her and she was not having it, and I would have to get in the tub with her, and I think that actually, looking back, corresponded perfectly with her getting her molars. You want to show them how you walk? Yeah? Manga. Oh, see this? Yes, she's a sweet. So yeah, she loves baths. She loves shoes. Bath. She loves to put on shoes and try on shoes and put on a bunch of different shoes and put on everybody else's shoes. Shoes. Yes, you love shoes. Where are your feet? Here they are. Where is your... You knew what I was going to ask next already. I'm going to change it up. Where's your hair? Yes. Where's your head? Right there. Where's your tongue? There it is. Where's your... Let's see. Where's your hands? Where are your fingers? There's one. How old are you? 1. Can you say mama?
Mama.
Can you say dada? Dada. Can you say buck? Can you say mark? Yep. Can you say lala?
Lala.
That's right. Can you say ball?
Ba.
Good. Can you say purple?
Bubble.
Good. Can you say bubble?
Bubble.
Good. Can you say bumper?
Ma.
Try again. Try bumper.
Mama.
Bumper.
Mama.
Bumper.
Mama.
What does a cow say?
Boo.
What? Moo. What does a lion say?
Moo.
Every animal says moo, but if I show her what a lion says rawr. Rawr. Good. I'm trying to think of what other words she has. Can you say all done? All done. She's done. I think she's done being put on the spot. So she has quite a few words. I'm trying to think what else. She has more than that, but that gives you a good representation of her vocabulary. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else written down. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed a little update on Miss Eloise. And Brad and I are still kind of off and on having the conversation of if she's our last. And I think I'm just kind of going through pretending like she's our last because I don't know. It just means I hold her a little bit extra before bed, rock her, hold her while she sleeps, things like that, you know, if it's your last baby, you soak it in a little bit more and you don't necessarily worry as much about spoiling them, I guess, whether for right or for wrong. But that is where we're at with Eloise, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. And I have either bi-weekly or weekly videos coming up for January that I already have planned out. So coming up is a meal prep video, a declutter video, a start of a decluttering series, and my favorite things for January. So if that interests you at all, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.